Hello, beautiful souls. Oh, it says I have 11 minutes that I'm allowed to tape. Isn't that ironic? This is Ginger. Today is Monday. I said April yesterday. It is August 26th, 2019. These are the start of me doing this thing on YouTube. I'm getting a lot of fear and resistance today. I've been watching or reading for cancers for this month through this ascension and these ascension symptoms, and it clarified things very much, and it always surprises me when that happens because I get kind of wary, like how can reading be for everybody, like really? But it was really very much what I'm going through right now. I felt really called to create a sort of business online. And it's difficult to clarify how that will be. But I know that I am here to spread a message. I know I have a lot of knowledge on a lot of things, and I've felt this calling for a very long time. And I'm just shooting videos now and posting them, and that's how I'm starting basically. Obviously, I suck at videoing because now this is in my room and the lighting will be crappy and whatever. I don't care. The message is what's most important. I really want to be able to guide some of you. I believe there's many people out there that are really blind about a lot of things, and we are so stuck in this paradigm that we don't think for ourselves, and we're very easily manipulated. These screens in front of us are indoctrination devices, and we are so open when we look at everything and we look at advertisements, and we don't realize how much we get spied on, and just that everything that is popping up on our screen has been very well planned for a reason, to convince you of a set narrative. Everything is advertising now. I want you to remember the name of somebody. Edward Bernays. He wrote a book in about 1936 called Propaganda. It is very, very, very integral to what has happened over the last, I guess, years since, and what is happening in today's world. Propaganda is, we equate it to World War II, the Nazis, and their sort of propaganda converting the masses of the German people to follow their beliefs, not really understanding the insidiousness of them. That's a really good example of what's going on in the world today now. There's much of an insidious undercurrent, and we don't see that. We see the fighting, we see the discord, we see a lot of fear-based story narratives, and that's there for a reason. If we are afraid, we can be easily controlled. I would like to encourage people to think for themselves, to actually learn how your beliefs are formed, that your mind is a computer. Your mind, it really is. It thinks like a computer. It programs what it's exposed to. Sorry, I'm not very good at holding the camera. It programs what it's exposed to. Whatever you see, hear, think, experience, not notice that you've seen, just in passing, anything that you've seen is stored in your unconscious. Every single thing that you have fed to your mind, whether you knew it or not, is in your unconscious. Your unconscious holds everything about your life experience and forms your computer chip in your brain, I guess is the way that I can explain it. That is how your thoughts and beliefs and narratives about life, about what is real, what isn't real, how things should be, how things shouldn't be, what your family of origin has taught you, all that has worked together to create your belief system. And we're all very scared to admit what we really do believe to people because we have such a need to be accepted, this huge need to be accepted. And that stops us from being who we really are, who our authentic selves truly are, because we're more concerned about not being loved and not being accepted than about finding what real joy is and finding the meaning behind why we are here. What are we here to do? Are we here to have miserable lives working at jobs that we hate and busy as all hell and not connecting on screens? Our young people don't know what socializing is. My children don't know because they've grown up on screens and their whole generation is like that. It saddens me, and it really worries me for their generation and all the things that I see, the way the world is changing. We have no idea that very soon the economy is going to collapse, that in the next 10, 20 years, there's going to be job loss on an unprecedented rate. I'm sorry, I will try to move this according to where I'm moving at an unprecedented rate because AI and computers will take over our jobs. How are we preparing for that? How can we be forward thinking and say, what is it that I need to do to prepare myself and my family so that we're not left behind and starving one day because we lost our jobs and we had nothing else planned as a income source? Or we need to think out of the boxes right now and realize the world is changing, and the world is changing really fast, and we need to change with it. And part of the reason why I feel a need to share this with you is I need to learn just as much as you do. I'm hoping to build a tribe of people that have like-minded feelings, that are an awakened group of people that see the bullshit, that genuinely want to focus on unconditional love and giving back and living with meaning and purpose and joy and integrity and having sincere motives that they want to do good in this world and make a change. Change starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with each of us realizing that it's time to wake up and time to see what's really happening on this planet, and that we have to do something about it. That famous people, they are fed through their nose, their ego, 24 hours a day and told how amazing they are. Do you think those type of people are grounded enough to make big decisions? Do you think Oprah Winfrey is really grounded enough to make these big decisions, being the spiritual guru that is the most famous one in the world? I don't really think so. I think she's changed, which is really disheartening because I used to really like her. And I think it's just this insidiousness of the world that we don't understand. And that religion, I guess spirituality is changing. And that Christianity is being threatened, yes, but I don't think Christianity understands that they're stuck in many old paradigms, that the Bible has been retranslated and retranslated and retranslated. How much do you think you lose from something like that, from it being retranslated? Yes, we can take it word for word and try to live the best lives possible according to the messages, which is what I have done and tried to do. But there's so much there that we are not able to comprehend because of that. I really think it's in studying the original Hebrew and Greek that the messages lie in. And I do believe there is encoded messages in the Bible, just like in other sacred texts. And I do believe that other sacred texts are valuable as well. That we should look at more than one thing instead of being indoctrinated with one ideology and say, okay, what else is out there? What else has been written? What else has been said about our future? What is wrong with having a look and educating yourself? Even if that is your faith base, what is wrong with learning more? Wouldn't that help you in your own faith if your faith is really that valid? And I'm honestly asking you, I would like to have people's opinion on that. I would like to know what others believe in that aspect. I would very much like to build a tribe of like-minded souls like myself to make this world a better place. I call this the journey because even though some destinations I've gotten to have been amazing and life-changing, and I wouldn't change them for anything, it's the journey that's prepared me for them. It's the journey that's most important. It's the journey that gives you the biggest lessons, that strips you of your ego, because that's what really needs to happen. Your ego is the problem. Sorry to say, but it is. Which is why, and I'm sorry, I am not an arrogant person. I call this the gift of pretty, because people like pretty things. It's subjective. Does it mean inside that I'm pretty? How do you know? If somebody is pretty on the outside, how do you know what their soul is? It has no You would hope that it matches, but it has no true bearing on who somebody really is, what their package is. That's all I really have to say today. It's been a difficult few days ascension-wise. Really, really intense feelings. I've been using crystals. I have what I think is a pinched nerve over on my left side, over kind of here. That's been really, really, really painful for a really long time. It is getting worse. I'm getting numb on my right side. I don't have much time left here before my camera dies. I've been using some crystals with energy work with my hands, and that seems to be doing some things. I'm actually feeling movements in my body, and things are... You tend to get worse before you get better. But I am going to close for this evening and thank anybody that finds this. Please like and subscribe if you do. I am going to keep doing this until I find my tribe of 5,000, and let's do this. Have a wonderful evening. Peace out.